Today we are talking about the recall. The importance of recall is that you get your dog's attention first if they are busy, that you use high motivation, that you are patient and consistent, and that you are practicing your recall at home as well as on the lead and off leash. Do not overdo it either, so consider how often you call your dog as well, because if you call them 20 times a day, they might also not enjoy coming over to you. If your dog is not paying attention, you want to get their attention first. We can actually use signals like the whistle or maybe our attention sound by just clicking the tongue. And the dog can hear those sounds, follow us. So these sounds are much better and the dog seems to be more receptive to us than constantly hearing our voices. Take a handful of your dog's daily food intake. Make a sound. Give the food immediately after you made the sound. When you have done that a couple times, wait for your dog to look in your direction and then pair the sound with them looking at you. They don't have to stare in your eyes, they just have to look in your direction. And then we bring in movement. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. And then when they look at you, you're gonna say your recall word and invite them to come over to you. So I'll show you with Nachi. Nachi, good boy, come. Such a good boy. Nicely done. So I step back because you are more motivational when you move rather than you're standing. And if you want to get your dog away from a situation and you move, you're bringing also already distance into it. So it will be easier for your dog to listen and follow you. We want to be exciting, especially if there's other dogs around or something what arouses the dog. Come. Good job. So if you have a toy-driven dog and they like to muck around with it, then go and use that as a reward. Nelson, come. Yes. Good boy. Get it. Get it. Instead of asking your dog to sit and doing any sort of silly tricks and then put the food bowl down and saying, okay, you could just turn it around. Every day you feed your dogs once or twice, or you give them a bone, a new toy, go and pair it with your recall word. Very simple. You say, come, put the food bowl down and let them eat in peace. So the simplest way to teach your dog a recall is actually pairing it on a daily basis with whatever your dog likes. Go and teach a solid recall around feeding time, whenever you give your dog a new toy, when you give them a bone, when you give them a chew, pair it with your recall word. If this is come, here, or your whistle, doesn't really matter. Just be consistent and reward the dog highly in the beginning. Do not yell at your dog when they're not coming, because you're not making yourself very motivational or making them feel safe. Who wants to come over to a grumpy or frustrated person? Anyone? So think about that for your dog too. You have to build this skill up that your dog wants to come back to you. And you have to be motivational, and that's why I recommend to go and do a recall with lots of movement. Every dog likes to chase. If you teach your dog to chase you, and that's fun, they will come back from other things in the environment too. It needs to be practiced. That way you condition your dog to a solid recall word, and your recall on the outside world will become better too. Pair it with anything the dog enjoys. Have fun.
Remember, City of Darwin are here to help you and your pets. For more information and free resources, visit darwin.nt.gov.au.